Today I want to talk to you about domain registration scams. Hi, I'm Jonathan, and today I want to talk to you about domain registration scams. Now, technically what I'm going to talk to you about isn't necessarily illegal, may not even be and fit the true definition of a scam, but it is certainly misleading, and therefore I want to cover that with you today. You may have received in the mail at some point in time, if you have a website, some sort of notification from a domain registry company that's claiming that it's time to renew your domain, very official looking paperwork, but probably somebody you're not familiar with, and typically charging an exorbitant price for that domain. They look very official and they get scary. In fact, I'm going to share one of the letters here with you just so you can see what that might look like, because if you didn't register your domain with this company at first, you shouldn't be paying any attention to the letter, because what they're trying to do is get control of your domain. So let's take a look here at an example of one of these that I just received in the mail today. So here you can take a look at this. We'll preview here real quick. So this particular one happens to come from a company called Domain Registry out of New Jersey. Now, to the best of my knowledge, Domain Registry is a legitimate company, and they may indeed provide legitimate services, but they're certainly misleading you as this comes through. So as you can read in the letter, it says, as a courtesy to domain holders, we're sending you this notification of domain name registration that's due to expire in the next few months. So what happens here is they go out and they preview literally thousands and thousands of domain names, and when they're getting near to expiration, maybe 3 months out or so, they send these letters out to the people that have registered those domains. And that information is public. It's legal to get that information. But what Domain Registry and some other companies do is they send you out what looks like an official domain renewal certificate, when in fact what it's doing is basically saying, hi, you didn't buy your domain from us, but we'd like you to overpay us so that you can keep it. If you'd authorize that here on this paperwork, we'll take control of your domain and we'll charge you double or triple the normal price just so you can maintain that domain and keep it. I cannot tell you how these companies operate in the long run. I don't know if they'll allow you to ever get your domain back or not. What I do know is that their ethics are very, very questionable. Even if you'll notice here as we read down the letter, it says very clearly here that this is not a bill, it's a notice. That means you don't have to be paying attention to that. So why am I sharing this with you? Because a lot of our clients end up getting information like this in the mail, and they're obviously concerned that they're going to lose their domain name. You don't want to lose the domain name. We can talk about that in another video, but be wary if you're getting notices from companies that you're not familiar with that look like domain registration renewals. In most cases, you're going to get those notifications in an email from whoever you registered your domain with at first. By the way, just to give you some comparisons on cost, they're charging you about $50 a year for that domain, at least through Domain Registry on the letter that I got today. You can renew that domain or buy that domain through most companies online for less than $30, oftentimes even less than that. So next time you get a domain renewal and you're not familiar, what should you do? Well, first and foremost, read the letter carefully and look to find out whether or not it says it's an invoice, or in this case, whether it's a solicitation. Now, warning, they designed the letters to look like invoices and to sound very official. The last thing, before you sign any paperwork to a company that you're not familiar with, check with a professional. You can reach out to me, send a letter to me, I'll take a look at it. You can also go ahead and send it to whoever you're working with your website on, or anybody else. Have them look at it to make sure that you're not signing over your rights. What you don't want to do, in this case, I don't want to sign this document, send it back with payment to Domain Registry, only to be essentially transferring ownership of that domain away from myself and to Domain Registry, a company out of New Jersey that admittedly I don't know anything about, other than that I don't approve of their sales tactics. So be very careful. There are others that are out there, but be careful if you get one of these letters. Don't panic. Contact a professional, get some advice, and if you're not sure, just go back to your domain registrar wherever you originally bought your domain and check on your renewal. That could be a company like GoDaddy or Network Solutions, or even your web developer if you're working with a company like Valor Circle. We can help you manage that process. If you've got questions about domain names or how to register them effectively, how to register them safely, please don't hesitate to let me know. In fact, I'd love to hear your questions about domain names in the comments. Tell me, what can I answer for you about domain names? Thanks for joining me today. Please make it a great day.